Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I'm back with another video. Welcome to the Master Manifestors channel, where we talk about manifesting, obviously, law of assumption, manifesting the easiest and best ways, and also being happy and expanding in your life, expanding into who you want to be. So if that's interesting to you, then definitely subscribe, you guys. I do offer coaching. I am a manifestation coach, and I'll have the links in the description. If you're catching this live, then I didn't put the links there yet, but they will be there, and they're on my other videos. So today I am actually talking about is manifesting an SP manipulation. And if you guys are people that have been on my channel for a while, then you guys know how I used to feel about this, that I did feel like it was manipulation, and that it was it just didn't sit right with me, especially like manifesting like people away from their significant other and things like that. But obviously you guys know that I'm on my own SP journey now. And so obviously my views on it has changed, and I want to explain why. And the thing is, you guys, is that we're always assuming something about people. People are always assuming, like, people are always acting out our assumption about them. So technically, if you want to look at it as, are you manipulating people or not? Technically, we're always manipulating people. I mean, not manipulating them, but we're always affecting how people act and how they show up for us and even for others in our world. We are doing that either way. The thing about it is that we're usually doing it in a way that is just not serving us. You know, something simple to explain it is the women that feel like all men are narcissists, all men are cheaters, all men are liars. Well, that's not true. That can't be true, right? But it will be true for them. They will come across the men that are that way because that's what their assumption is. So even if they get with maybe a guy who has all intentions of being faithful and has all intentions of, you know, being upfront and honest, but they feel that way about men, then that person has to conform to that assumption. And they're conforming to that assumption, but why assume? Like, when we really understand that everyone is really you pushed out, why assume something negative about anyone? Why assume something lower about anybody? Why not assume that everyone is being the best versions of themselves? Now, when you're up close and personal, there are some, I guess, discord in the law of assumption community. A lot of different opinions about everyone is you pushed out, that are people just, you know, basically robots waiting for us to, you know, give them a command for them to do, or they're not moving until we look, or like some Truman Show type shit. You know, and then there's the people that believe it's not necessarily like you only affect the people that are up close to you. You don't really affect the entire world. You're only affecting just the people around you. And then there are those that believe that you are affecting your entire world. Now, to be honest, you guys, I honestly think that we have the ability to affect our entire world. Now, like when it comes to all of these things that go on in the world that we're like, well, I didn't assume that, like, I didn't give attention to that. And I feel that. So I don't like, my thing is though, is that we have general assumptions as well, right? So not all of our assumptions are specific that, oh, this person or this whatever happens, but we have general assumptions like there are wars happen sometimes. That's something that pretty much every person just believes, you know, but it doesn't have to be. If law of assumption is what it is, and we know that it is, then if we assume that there's a world and persisted in that where there were no wars, then I believe that we could affect that. If all of this reality, because where does that stop? You know, now that's just food for thought on everyone to be pushed out. But what is really important is those that are up close to you. This is why they say like your romantic relationships are the relationships that direct they directly reflect so much of what's the story that you're telling about yourself. But also your friends, your parents, the strangers that you interact with, the people that you come across, you're coming across them for a reason. It's not, I don't believe in chance, you guys. I don't believe that, you came across this rude person and that has nothing to do with you. They're just a rude person. I really believe that somewhere in you, you have an assumption that sometimes people are rude, which is like, that's an assumption that I believe, again, most of us have, right? Sometimes people are rude, so sometimes you're going to come across rude people. Now you can revise that, or you can change that and say that, no, everyone lives to please me in my reality. I only come across positive people, and that will be your assumption. So when it comes to your SP, and this is what I realized, was that everything that was showing up was things that I had thought about, things that I had really thought about and really persisted in and really were thinking. And when I thought about when my SP and I first got together, my self-concept was through the roof, and how opposite my experience was. I could not deny that I had the way that I was viewing myself and viewing the world, and the conversations that I was having with myself in my head were not directly being reflected into my reality, right? So when you know that, though, and that's the thing. So to answer the question, no, it's not manipulation in a way, or not in the way that you think of it. So I have to say I was wrong when I said that. It's just that everybody is going to do this. Now, here's another way that I know this, is because I have felt this so many times on the opposite side. I'm a person that I like to be nice. Okay. I like to be nice to people. I like to be friendly with people. So I don't ever want to be mean or any type of way that's not really kind, right? But I will find myself sometimes, I will find myself around people that you can tell that they have a very low self-concept about themselves. And it would be almost like a repellent. It's they're not doing anything per se that makes me want to get away from them, but it's their energy is repellent to me. It's I don't want to be around them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to be friends with them. It's and they're not, and like I said, they're not necessarily doing anything to make me feel like that. I just feel like that, right? And that's because they have that assumption that people don't like them, or people don't treat them right, or people don't whatever. And so even though my intention is to be nice and to be friendly and to be this way, there's something that's kind of causing me not to. And I remember experiencing this as well with an ex of mine. I remember feeling like I would go to work and I would kind of be this one person at work, and then I would come home and be with him, and I would be a completely different person. I would feel completely different. And it's that he expected those things out of me, so I have felt it and experienced it on both sides, you guys, where people's assumption, your assumption about yourself and your assumption about those around you. Even I've had a girl that I was friends with, and she would reach out to me, and I would not ignore her on purpose. I really did like her. We were friends. I would like to talk to her, but I would somehow always miss her texts. I would somehow always open it and not respond, or it would get buried underneath my other text, or something would happen. And eventually we had a big blow up where she was like, you think you're better than me, and you're like this, and you're that, and this, and all these things that basically she felt all the time I just didn't like her, and all this stuff. And I did not at all feel like that. It just happened to be that when she would reach out to me, I just would not get her message, or something, or I would think I would respond. Something would happen basically what I'm saying is something would happen to fulfill her assumption, which was that I did not like her or that I didn't want to talk to her or whatever. So this is playing out all the time. So do people have free will, right? In your reality? Technically, no. Now, you can give them free will because you're the God of your reality. You can say, well, people in my reality just kind of do whatever they want, and that will be your experience, but they're only doing that because you said that. You can say, nobody likes me, people are always mean to me or treat me bad or whatever. Then they're gonna do that. But it's not like, and the thing is, you guys, what I've noticed, and then I'm gonna end this because I don't want to make this longer than it needs to be. But the thing that I've noticed, you guys, is kind of like what Neville says. Man's chief delusion is a belief in a second cause. Okay? We make these assumptions about people. And a lot of times also we're not aware of them. They're subconscious. So we're not even aware that we have that. But pay attention to the story that's playing out right in front of you, because it's playing out. Your assumptions are playing out right in front of you. But we make these assumptions, we live them, and then we blame the other, right? We make the assumption that all men are this way or that way. They act that way. And then we're like, wow, see, I knew it because men are such assholes. We make the assumption that this girl, you know, in my class is such a dick. She hates me. And then she acts that way. And we're like, yeah, see, I knew it. Like, don't give people power. Realize, and it's not about blame, you guys, okay? That's a big thing, because a lot of people will say, well, you're victim shaming and you're, you know, whatever. It's not about blame, you guys, but this is how reality works, okay? You can choose to say, fuck that, I don't believe that. I'm going to continue going and believing whatever I choose to believe, basically letting 3D tell me what to believe about others, letting 3D tell me what to believe about myself and what's true about myself. I'm going to continue to go that way. You can do that, you know? But at some point you have to ask yourself, what is the part that I'm playing in what's happening in front of me? What is the part that I'm playing in how people are showing up for me? Because you can't continue to go and, oh, let me fix this person and let me fix that person and let me fix this, or I'll cut this person off, cut the, you know, cancel culture, all this stuff. Like, at some point you have to say, what's alive in me that keeps creating unlovely versions of people in my reality? And rectify that, and you'll feel so much better anyways. It feels so much better to believe that you deserve to be loved magnificently than to believe that love is never going to happen for you and it won't last, and you know, he's only just going to cheat on you and leave you anyways. It feels so much better to believe the assumption that will become true when you persist in it. Okay? So do not give anyone free will in your reality. You decide how it's gonna go. Don't ask people shit. Even in relationships, you guys, I know for me in my relationships now, I don't think I'm gonna be having very many sit downs with people about, well, you're acting like this and here's what I need you to do and this and this and that. Nope, I'm just gonna see them being that way in my head. I'm just gonna feel them being that way in my head instead of trying to force them to be that way in my reality. All right, because your imagination is reflecting your reality. Don't forget that, you guys. No one is more supreme than you. Not in your reality. In their reality, they are. In your reality, you are. Do not give that supremacy to anyone else, okay? I love you guys. I may make another video. I don't know. But anyways, I'll see you guys soon.